I'm going to have a link down below in the description box to a video that Marcus Buff Bagwell made in regards to getting his leg amputated right before the procedure took place. So this is Marcus Buff Bagwell back in the 90s, early 2000s, in case you aren't aware or didn't remember who he was. I've watched his entire career. I'm coming through the black hole. There we are. This is now what he looks like. The surgery took place roughly about a week ago. In this link down below, there is a whole article that really goes into deep details about the accident. I'm going to try and point form it. I've put up my own notes that I've come up with. This is him talking for 20 minutes about everything leading up to the surgery before he had it. So, I'm not going to keep looking at that. We'll keep looking at the happy times here. And I am just going to go over and look at my notes that I've come up with. So, really quick, I'm glad that he's doing better. I have to admit, I do hold some resentment, grudges, if you will, even though I don't know him, towards people that have had DUIs. He's had a couple of them. I've lost a few of my best friends growing up as teenagers because of people that were driving under the influence. And not my friends, but other people. And my friends ended up being the victim. So anytime people do things, whether it's addiction, whatever, I've been through addiction, I've been sober, good for me, for nearly a quarter of a century when it comes to drug and alcohols and all that stuff. I get we all make mistakes. However, I am proud to say that I've never put myself in a situation where I could have endangered somebody else's life. And that, I think, is the part where, you know, I just wanted to throw that out there. But I wish him the best. He's been sober for 3 years. Very, very proud of him. I want you to all know that. So, really quick, even though that's not something I'm really good at doing, Marcus Buff Bagwell, his real name is Marcus Bagwell, had his right leg amputated following a 5-year battle to save a severely damaged knee from a serious car accident in August of 2020. Despite undergoing dozens of surgeries and prolonged rehabilitation, complications persisted, making amputation the final option. What happened? In August of 2020, roughly half a decade ago, Bagwell crashed his vehicle, Chevy Tahoe, like that matters, while impaired, severely injuring his right knee, and his patella tendon was caved in, and the kneecap itself was completely shattered and destroyed. So really quick, I want to add to that. He was recovering from pins having been put in his foot, and he had already had a meniscus tear scoop procedure done on his knee, and he was on medication, only had a few beers, and he was just completely just not there, completely blacked out. And part of the building that he crashed into, which was a mall, Cumberland Mall in the States, part of that building collapsed on his leg and just completely destroyed it. So over subsequent months and years, he endured 30 to 40 surgeries, including emergency hospital stays and reconstructive procedures, yet his leg just never fully healed. So by mid-2025, after medical professionals gave him only a 20% chance of retaining functional mobility, even with further surgery, Bagwell opted for an above-knee amputation to, in case you're wondering, the punchline as to why go to that extreme measure, why not just keep the leg? It was to relieve chronic pain and regain some type of form of mobility and sanity because he was in constant pain. So after 5 years, right? It's not like his leg went gangrene or something like that. He was just in so much pain. Medication wasn't helping. Nothing was helping. So the outcome was the surgery was completed in July of 2025. So about like a week ago. I think it was on the 10th. Approximately 5 years after the accident, Bagwell has expressed acceptance and determination. Post-op, he emphasized that the amputation gave him a new lease on life, free from constant pain and unsuccessful medical interventions. He's maintaining sobriety since August of 2022, so he's going on 3 years sober, being clean, and is even planning to return to the wrestling ring, possibly using a prosthetic leg. So it'd be a little bit like Texas Tornado Kerry Von Erich. If you know who that is. If you don't, you can look him up. For years, people didn't even know he had a fake leg from the knee down. And he believes that he can still inspire others with his resilience. So quick recap, who is Marcus Buff Bagwell? Former WCW star, known for his time in the NWO faction during the 90s and early 2000s. He's a 5-time WCW World Tag Team Champion. He's now 55 years old, and he's originally from Marietta, Georgia. His story has been one of physical and personal struggles, but also of recovery, faith, and hope. So there it is. And I'm still recovering, honestly, being serious, from harboring so much resentment towards either people that have harmed me, have tried to severely harm me, or have inadvertently harmed and maimed and killed people that I once knew growing up. Because it's a permanent thing, right? So because I've lived through it, and I also have a fully torn rotator cuff, and I do have some injuries that I've sustained as a result of me being in a car with someone else that was driving that I thought was sober. This was a quarter of a century ago, on Christmas Eve of 2000. Not to make this about me, but just to kind of share. And I was so drunk, but I honestly thought the person I was with was 100% sober. And I even remember asking them, and she said, yeah, no, I'm good. I was like, okay. Weren't good, and I got really fucked up. And thankfully for me, I'm in a better position than he's in. Maybe not financially, but physically, I'm in a better position, because it's not just about money, right? Health is very, very important. So me, with all due respect, I'm happy. I'm grateful for the situation that I'm in. And when I look at situations like his, I think to myself, you know what? Yeah, I have it bad, but some people out there have it worse than I do. And like I said, even though I may kind of go for doing what he did and potentially endangering other people's lives, I'm just glad now that he's okay, that he's in a right state of mind. He's getting the help that he needs, as I've done the same for myself with multiple addictions that I've had. And that moving forward, he's hopeful and he's grateful. It's really all there is to it. So there you have it. Just wanted to share that story. I thought it was very important to share with the IWC, the Internet Wrestling Community. Thumbs up as always if you liked the video. It does greatly help support the channel with the algorithm in trying to, make me more relevant in search results when people are looking shit up. You didn't like the video? Go ahead, give it a thumbs down. No, I wouldn't wish that on anybody. And I'll bend that thumb, twist it, break it off inside your ass. And if you want to subscribe to the channel, naturally that would be great. But if not, thanks for stopping by anyways. Take care. Maybe I'll see some of you in the next one. Highly recommend you watch this video. Very powerful stuff. If I had to go through that, there's no way I would be as calm and collect as he was. Bye for now.